I'll be going over a demonstration of how to edit a basic layout for the news module homepage and an enhanced layout. So I'm going to begin with our basic layout. So you'll make sure you want to check out your index page, and you'll be making most of your edits within your multi-edit section. So you'll click on multi-edit. You can see it right here, you're within your multi-edit content section, and that's where you want to be. When we set up your news module for you, you indicate whether or not you would like a basic or enhanced layout. But if you want to change it later on, you could just use this drop down and click it really easily to make that change right there. But for now, I'm going to stick with basic. And then I'm going to update my spotlight section. So we offer both an image, a full width image, and a video for your spotlight display. Your spotlight display is what shows up at the very top of your news module homepage. So within here, I'm just going to update the article and the spotlight image. So you want to make sure that for all your images, your documents, your articles, they're already created within the CMS and you've published them to both test and production. So when we're here and updating our homepage, we can navigate to it easily and everything is already completed. So I'm going to update my article and the spotlight, like I said, to something different. So I'm going to make sure I'm in staging. It's spitting me into the wrong folder, so I'm going to make sure I go into the folder that I need to for my news module, which is my news module demo. And then I'm going to go into my 2023 folder, which is where my articles live, and then filter by name. So I'm going to start typing in the name of the article, which is Bowls Blend Launch, which is right here. I'll click on it. It even gives me a preview in the window to make sure that I'm clicking on the right article that I've already created. And I'll click Choose File. And you want to make sure when this pops up to keep this at ASPX. So I'll just click Select right here. Because we're not using a video, I'm going to leave this spot blank, and that's totally fine. And although we're using a full width image on the page, we also need to include not only that large image, but also a small image as well. This makes sure that if a user is looking on the website on a mobile phone, that it is the correct size. So again, similar to the dependency manager here, where I navigated to my article, I'm going to navigate to the correct image right here. So I'm going to click on it right here. All right, it looks like I'm in the right folder. I'm in my news module demo, my images folder. And again, I'm going to be navigating to my smaller image to start. So I named it something where I know which image I'm looking for. So these are the correct specs for that small image. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click insert. If you're ever confused as to what sizing should be on your Spotlight homepage or even in your articles, we have these helper texts right here, and it tells you exactly the size it should be. And we also have resources in the CMS user guide that outline all CMS image sizes for you. So this is my small image. And then for my image description, you need to basically put a description that describes the image. So I'm going to say, holding a Buddy Brew mug next to a bag of Buddy Brew coffee. I'm going to make sure all of these capitalizations are correct. Okay. And so this is a bit manual process, but the good thing about this is that I'm going to be using the same exact image for both small and large, and it also means I can use the same image description. So I can actually copy this, put it right here, because I know it'll be the same image. And now I'm going to navigate to the large image, but again, it's going to be exactly the same as what you see here, just a bit larger. So I'm going to click on it. Again, I'm in the right images folder that I need to. And this is going to be my hero image or the spotlight image, which is a bit larger, as you can see. It's 1000 by 688 pixels. And I'll click on it. There it is again. I'll click insert. And I already figured out, I already did my image description, so I just pasted it right in there. So for the spotlight section for the link, this is talking about what article we, as we already chose right here, we're choosing whether or not it opens in a new tab. So what we like to tell our users in Omni is that if the article is within our Omni CMS, so whether that be an article that the College of Business creates within Omni or one that we create ourselves, we want to make sure that we're opening it in the same tab or window. If it's an external article, for example, let's say the Tampa Bay Times wrote about us and we created an external article, we'll want that opening in a new tab. But for now, because we created this article, we're going to keep this as no, open in new tab. We want it to actually open in the same tab. You can ignore event tracking. This will be going away very soon, so ignore that. And this is your feature story display. So you can actually decide to only have your spotlight and then no feature stories at all within your basic layout. But typically, users like to feature some additional stories on their homepage. So I'm going to keep this as yes. And you can change this from either 3 or 5. So right now, I'm going to keep this as a 3. And that means I'm going to have 3 featured articles on my homepage. So up here for the spotlight, we had to do a little bit more work because we had to grab the images, do an image description. But it's really nice right here for the featured story. This is much more automatically curated. All we have to do is link to the article we want to appear on the homepage. And because we already set it up on the back end when we were creating the article with the listing image, with all the other images within the article, we don't have to do any of that now. All we're doing is linking to the article we want featured on the homepage. So I'm going to make sure once again that I'm in the right folder, which I'm not. So I'm going to click back out. I'm going to go to News Module Demo 2023, which is where my articles live. And then I'm going to replace them just by typing in the name of the article that I've already created. All right, there it is. And again, it shows me the preview of the article. And this is actually an external news article. So because it's external, like I mentioned with the new tabs, I'm actually going to click this on to yes. Because it is external, we want to make sure it opens in a new tab. And again, for this event tracking, you could ignore it, but for now, I'm just going to say no, we don't need it. So you're going to do the same thing for the 3 articles down the page. So once again, I'll click my dependency manager. I'll make sure I'm in the right folder. I'll go to 2023 where my articles are. Start typing in the name of the article. And see, this is an internal article. So I'll click choose file. I'll make sure that's ASPX. And then we're going to open it in the same tab. So we're going to keep this as no. And this is going to be my last one. So I'll click on this, click on staging, go to my correct news folder. And this is going to be the last article I'm going to feature. All right, this is external as well. So I'll click choose file and I'll open this in a new tab. So as you can see, you can keep going down. If you wanted to feature 5 stories on the homepage, you can. So you're going to keep going down if you wanted to do the other 2. But for example, because you have this drop down as 3 for your featured stories, that's the only 3 that will appear. So if there is content in here, you don't have to worry about it. If you want to keep this maybe for a later date where you do want to feature 5 and keep this content there, you totally can. You don't have to clear it out because your template is set up to only show 3 for now. For your future stories link, you most likely won't be updating this hardly ever, if at all. This is actually just the link to your listing page or to your display of all your articles. So most of the time people say more stories or learn more, so I'll keep that text the way it is. And then I'm going to be linking to my listing page. And again, this should already really be set up, so you really won't have to touch this very much at all. But I just want to make sure we're pointing to the right page. Oh, that one's wrong. So I'm actually going to go to one that already exists, or I could actually hit cancel. This is actually pointing to a listing page that works. Sorry, for demo purposes, of course, something has to go wrong, so this is where it goes wrong. So you don't really have to touch this right here. You can ignore event tracking. And then I'm going to show you this on the enhanced homepage, but you do have the option on the basic, or excuse me, it's only available in the enhanced layout. So we have a highlighted content section, but because we have a basic layout chosen right now, we actually don't have to update this at all because it's not available for a basic layout. So we'll actually ignore this for now and then ignore the highlighted content link. So I'll click save. So this is my brand new spotlight, our Buddy Brew story. And then these are the 3 articles that I updated with on the featured stories. And then this will be linking to my listing page.